Space is back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad right now having a bit of a sideways accumulation. You can't just go up forever. So now is a good time to start accumulating if you are, sideline on Monad here, because you don't want to buy when it's running, guys. You want to take profits when it's running, and then you want to buy when it's in a consolidation phase or if it's on a pullback, right? If it's dipping, that's when you buy, right? So if we're in a consolidation phase right now is a good time to start accumulating Monad here, right? I think a bit of the hype you could already see the sentiment shift with the hype around Monad kind of like slowing down a bit, right? When we start breaking out once again, that's when you're going to see the hype come back. So you want to position before the hype starts to come back, right? But again, we have barely seen anything from Monad as far as just true growth. We've barely seen anything for it, and I think there's a lot more in store for Monad as far as price action, as far as growth, TVL, users, D-apps, memes, you name it, right? NFTs, you name it. I think there's so much more in store for this project, and I think the people have agreed that this one has it has the it factor, right? It has that it factor. So still super bullish on Monad. My targets will remain unchanged until coming to the end of the year. If they don't hit, then we reassess. But we have a ton of months to lead up to that, right? So right now Monad sitting just under 28 cents, still above the ICO price, which is very great. Just under 301 million market cap, 186 million 24-hour volume, up 31%. That's great. That is great, guys. So again, like I said, Monad is a fantastic spot here. Let's take a look at some of the charts. 1 second. Did I close it out? My apologies. I had the charts here, some charts that I wanted to show you guys. Okay, this is one of the first ones, so that's good. So this from LE's on Mon, the real expansion has already happened. You could see clearly it's that strong movement that started from the low in December when the price started falling, changed pace and started to rise rapidly. That was the easy moment. That was the market pushing. Now we are no longer there. Now the price has stopped, is moving sideways, returning several times to the same levels, making small ups and downs but without conviction. It is not weak, but it's not strong either. It is simply pausing, right? It is breathing, and that is exactly where I would come in and try for another breakout. Otherwise, it is not of interest to me. So, like I said, we're in kind of a consolidation phase right now for LEs. Now, obviously, I have to bring, this isn't even bearish. This is healthy for the chart, right? So a bit of a correction back down to maybe the 2.6 cent, 2.5 cent area for a next move up is bullish, in my opinion, right? Because you want to establish stronger and stronger floors for Monad as it ascends, as it grows, right? You want the chart to be strong, right? So if we see, a pullback down, we also give people a time to enter who don't want to FOMO, right? You don't want, I don't want, people that are coming into Monad to FOMO into, rising prices. I want them to be able to enter at good entries, right? So we could potentially see a pullback to, I don't know if we're gonna go as deep as 2.4 cent, but maybe 2.6, 2.5 cent before we start our next move up, right? So just pay attention, be aware of that, guys, and please, just because the price may pull back, don't instantly get out like, oh no, it's going to zero, okay? You have to be able to hold through like downturns as well as upside moves, right? That's how crypto is. You have to be patient. You have to manage your risk. You have to not be emotional when you're investing, right? If you see dips on Monad, you didn't accumulate the bag that you wanted, you take that opportunity to accumulate on the dip. Mon is not looking bad from Sejul. Price has clearly reclaimed that support level, and it is trading on a clean bullish structure. We'd really like to see a dip into that gray zone. So people are looking for their entries on Monad. Now this is the thing, right? Some of the people may be, creating these bearish TA so they could get their entries, right? Some of them could be doing that, right? So be very wary, right? But again, like I said, a little bit of a pullback for Monad to consolidate to move higher. Nothing is wrong with that. That is very healthy, and that is something you'd like to see, because I think the healthier the chart, the more the growth and the expansion, the parabolic moves will be in the future, right? So nothing really changed apart from the fact that we might get some lows before ripping to range highs still long. So as you can see, again, maybe a bit of a consolidation in this area at the 2.6 cent, 2.5 cent mark, and then we start to move up again, right? So again, like I said, we're still in a great spot for Monad. Maybe if you see that drop for Monad to 2.6 cent, you make a buy, right? 2.6, 2.5 cent, anywhere in that range, you make a buy there. So you're not buying at let's see, you're not buying at that 3 cent mark that it hit recently, right? Any little extra percentage gain, in my opinion, is a great bet to make, right? You always want to buy on dips, not on green, right? So from George here, nothing really changed apart from the fact that we might get some lows before ripping to range highs, and then still long. So as I said, right, I think, like I said, 100,000 Monad is a great way to go if you can't afford that. Again, that is pretty steep for a lot of people, but 100,000 Monad right now is $2,775, right, or $76. So if we pull back, obviously don't put that entire bag in right away. You DCA, right? So if you pull back to 2.6 cent, 2.5 cent, 2.4 cent, you could DCA. And so if you have $2,800 to invest to get 100K Monad, you buy $200 to $300 maybe now. Next couple of days or two, next few days, you buy another $300. By that time, we're at 2.6, 2.5. And if you see it drop to 2.4, dropping 1,000, right? You DCA, right? And then you accumulate so you could get an even better average, right? Try to get as great an average as you can into the project, and then you just hold on the way up. You take profits, you de-risk, you manage your risk, right? But yeah, Monad in a great spot as always. Like I said, super bullish on the project. Love, the ecosystem. Use the project myself. All the memes that we've covered are up 2 to 3x. So I, pretty much de-risk all of my investments just to be on the safe side. And now I'm riding everything up to Valhalla, right? So as always, none of this is financial advice. Like and subscribe. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.